So in this video, it's February 2022. Valentine's Day is coming up. So I thought I would do a special topic, Valentine's Day. I have a card here that I sold a couple weeks ago. I don't do many of them. I'm not that big on holiday cards unless they're very special. I just seem, maybe it's me. I just can't seem to move them. But I also have some what sold, so you can see the variety of cards. I got 10 on eBay and 1 on Etsy sold. So a total 11 cards to sprinkle throughout the video to show you the different varieties that people are buying and I'm selling. And then I have a poll. A lot of people out there were asking questions about Niagara Fall postcards. And then I got a couple viewer comments to go over. I had some questions come in I thought were pretty interesting. So let me go and get it started. I'll show you the first card on Etsy. Now I've been placing some of these naval ships on Etsy one at a time just to see if they sold. And this is one of the bigger cards. It's a continental card. It's the USS Lexington, Texas State Aquarium in Corpus Christi, Texas. So it's bigger than a standard 6x4 card. Nice solid card stock. I do probably have 150, 200 of these cards listed in eBay and around, but I only selected one for Etsy and it did sell. They are starting to sell on Etsy, but Etsy is slower than eBay. eBay is about 80% of my sales. Etsy is about 15%, and HIP is 5%. It does go up and down a little bit, but that's usually the average by the end of the year there. So I focus on eBay more. Also with Etsy, the fees can eat you up if you don't watch it. If you list 100 cards, you're going to pay $20 every 4 months. And if they don't sell, you just keep reoccurring that, and it kind of eats away. It does do okay, but it's not like eBay. If you're starting out postcards, I recommend eBay first. Once you get a good cash flow, kind of experiment with Etsy, and then you probably want a presence on HIP at one time because it'll just transfer over from eBay on there. But eBay's the postcard place for me. Let me go through a couple of these eBay ones, and then I'll get into Valentine's Day cards. So the next card that's sold on eBay is the color guard. It's a vertical card, up and down. It's posted, oh, I can't tell when it was posted, but that's the color guard. And that's in Fort Mammoth, New Jersey. That sold $4 to $5. Now this card is going to somewhere, but the gentleman, you get a lot of these in people that buy postcards. They'll put a note in their checkout to say, please pack cards so it doesn't bend. Please pack cards securely. If you're packing postcards in one of these envelopes with a sleeve, it's going to be secure. So I usually don't spend more money or time when people ask that. The reason they do it is some people just stick them in an envelope, no sleeve or anything like that, and they get damaged or they get bent. The way I do it, I've never had a problem, so I don't disregard it, but I do there. But this is a Hawaiian guy, or Mapu, handsome tame man, laden with flowers. So $4 to $5, vertical card, unposted, and it'll go just regular shipping. I'm not going to do anything special for it because I do protect every card. The next card that's sold is Villa Rosa, Woodmont, Connecticut. It's summer residence of the Pollies. And it's in New England. It's a house, looks like they're having a party outside. $4 to $5 chrome card. A lot of people probably wouldn't list that card, but I don't know. And then this card's at the Church of Cross, both in Beaufort County, South Carolina. It's a neat little church. Chrome card. I think it sold for $4.55. And then let me do this card here, then I'll get into the Valentine's card. This is some monument. I haven't seen this one before. I might have. It's, I don't know, I can't say that name. It's right there. Ribot Monument, Beaufort County, South Carolina. If I can say the names. But that's just a chrome card of a monument. $4.55. So now, Valentine's cards. Holiday cards, Christmas cards, Easter cards, Thanksgiving cards. I did a video about Thanksgiving cards, and I said, are they more collectible than sellable? Right now, for me, yes. I don't collect holiday cards. and stuff like that. But I just can't seem to sell them like I sell some of the other cards. But Valentine's Day cards can be very elaborate out there, and I've seen some really neat ones. But I just can't get them to go. I've tried different prices. So if anybody's got any tips on selling Valentine's cards, let me know. Maybe it's just me with holiday cards. But let's get into Valentine's Day. So right down here is a little definition I found on there, because everybody knows what Valentine's Day is, hopefully. Valentine's Day occurs every February 14th in the United States and some other places around the world. Candy and gifts and flowers are exchanged between loved ones. This is all done in the name of Saint Valentine, a Christian saint. There is some other history that's a little darker, but I didn't put that in here. In the Middle Ages, France and England, was common to believe that February 14th was the start of birds' mating season. So they decided Valentine's Day should be the day of romance. So the birds' mating season is kind of how they decided that it should be a day of romance. That's what they say. The oldest Valentine still around is a poem written by the Duke of Orleans to his wife, who was in prison in the Tower of London. And it's still there. You can go see it. So they say that's the oldest Valentine that's out there. A lot of times on Valentine's cards, you're going to see nude, naked Cupids shooting arrows of love into the people that's on there. A lot of Cupids. Cupids do well. If you get a good artist with Cupids, I've seen those sell for good money. By 1900s, printed cards started to replace written Valentine's cards due to achievements in technology to print them. So as technology grew, people didn't write them and they would buy them and then do that. It's estimated 150 million Valentines are mailed every year. It's the second largest for postcards, where Christmas is the number one, the largest. So Valentine's cards do go out. Postcards were also very easy to send a Valentine to a loved one. So before they used to handwritten them, now they can buy pictures on there with Cupid and stuff and just sign them and send them on. So it made it real easy to do that. So postcards became very popular during that time. There is a ton of Valentine's cards out there. Just all different sizes, shape, die cuts, the whole works. If you go out and search Valentine's cards, you're going to see prices all over the place, cards all over the place, thickness, just styles. So it was a very good time for postcards is Valentine's to get those out there. But I have a couple that I have here. I don't collect that many cards, and these were kind of special. These were from Germany. They actually printed them. And here's two little, I don't know if they're girls or whatever, but they're washing some eggs or something like that. I'm not for sure. Or hearts, candy on there. It is a very light embossed. I don't know if you can see that. But that's a Germany card of a Valentine. I've had this one in my store, I would say 2.5, 3 years. And the same with this one. I think I picked these up at an auction. This is a 1908 made in Germany, but this is a common type of card that you'll see. This is heavier embossed. You might be able to see the emboss on the back. But a lot of Valentines I see are embossed really deep or lighter like that. But 1908 divided back, and this was, New York, Germany, printed in Germany. So the 1908 is a good time for that. But these two cards probably have been in my store 2 to 3 years, maybe even more, and they just haven't sold. The price is right. I can't go down on the price. It's basically what I need to pay for these. On there, you got to find the right buyer. They'll probably sell. Now, I did sell a Valentine's card. I think I picked this up at an auction for less than $1. This is a little guy with a bucket or something with a Valentine's on there. He sold for $16.55. So I held out maybe a couple of years, and I think I got less than $1 in this card. But this did sell a couple weeks ago, and it just shipped out regular eBay standard envelope. Now let's check some of the pricing out there, like I always do. Sold high, sold low, list high, list low. Just to give an example of what's out there on some of the Valentine's cards. So here's the sold high. Here's a bunch of 75 vintage used Valentine's postcards from the mid 1900s. They took an offer. They did have $75.50 on there. So they wanted $1 a card. Plus they had $7 shipping, so they want a little about $1 a card. They probably took maybe 80 cents, 70 cents a card. So there was a bunch out there. Someone maybe doing crafts or something like that. But if you lot up the cards, they usually sell. Then here's the next one. This is a die cut Valentine's card, $49. It's a mechanical card with a parrot, and it was made in Germany. And then you have a little girl down there, Valentine's sweetheart postcard, $35. So as you see, some of these can be pretty pricey and sell pretty good if you titles, photos, and get the right price. But then you got the sold lows. $2.50, $1.50, $1.50. These are just your standard, looks like just your standard Valentine's card, mass produced. On there, a couple of them look a little older, maybe early 1900s. But you go from, like I said, $50 down to $2.50. It's just what their price. You just gotta do your research and see what you got. Now let's see what people are listing these cards for, and that's always crazy to me. So Valentine Roses Park Boats Birds Vibrant, $18, $3 shipping, $19 for 5 postcards. So you get 2 for $18, or you can get 5 for $19, $20. And then here's their, if you notice, they're lotting these up to try to move them, I think, and $14 for the other one. So, they're between $15 and $20. But then you look at the lows. Here's an older one. This is probably early 1900s. These here, $2, $2, $2. Might be the same seller. So you go from $20 to $2. How do you compete with that? List for what you need. If you got $5 in a card, list it for what you need. $10, $12. See if you can move it. Or just don't buy it for $5. You got to buy it cheaper. You'll make your money when you buy it. But that's the pricing of Valentine's cards. They're just like Thanksgiving cards, Christmas cards. I usually pass on these if I see them. I don't, unless they're very elaborate. Made in Germany I might pick up, but as you notice, I got 2 from Germany, just haven't sold yet. So Valentine's Day, that's what they are. Not really that much to them. If you see them and you like them, push them and see what you can do with them. I don't do much with holiday cards, like I said. Valentine's Day cards. Who knew? Let me go ahead and finish up these what sold, and then I'll get into the poll. Do you sell Niagara Falls postcards? So the last couple of cards that sold on eBay. This gentleman bought 2 cards of the World's Fair. This one is New York. It's kind of a mosaic of different scenes. Just a crumb card, unposted. World's Fair. And then he also purchased the Seattle World Fair. There's the Space Needle right there. It's just a crumb card, unposted. And this is Seattle's World Fair. Didn't say the date, but anything with the World's Fair, if you can get it in the title, a lot of people collect those on there, so make sure you get those out there. And then I sold the print. I sold the Cool Bog DE217, just a little bit bigger than a Continental. I'm not for sure if this will, it'll fit in a Continental sleeve, but it's one of those prints in there, $4.55. And then I have the Devil's Punch Bowl. This is kind of this is a linen card. You can almost tell a linen card from white back with the vibrant. This one doesn't, I can't really feel the waffle texture, but I can see the threads, the waffle texture on there. So that's a linen. Plus I could tell by the vibrant. Unposted, $4.55. Devil's Punch Bowl. My mom used to have a punch bowl. I don't see those out that much anymore. And the last card that sold on eBay, this is kind of an insect card, vertical, Belfry and Clock Tower wing. In by the Sea, past Christian, Mississippi. I don't remember seeing this. This is a newer card. It does look older, but you can just tell by the back that this is newer 1950s, 60s, 70s card. But that's a vertical card with like an inset in there with a border around it. $4.55. So the total of all the cards about $50, $40 to $50 for the overnight. Wasn't too bad. But it's not about the dollars or the mini card, it's the variety. What to look for when you go out and look through the boxes, or you're going to buy a collection, or you see one card, or you're going to buy a big lot. What to look for and see if you can make your money back. And if they're selling. I list almost anything I get. There are some things that I don't list, and I'll get into that in the viewer comments. But I try to list as much as possible because I really want to see what people are buying, and if you don't put it out there, you don't know what to do. And that's how I've learned about a few of them that I don't buy anymore or list. I'll bring them to the flea market. Polls. I put these polls out, try to, every Saturday at 9 a.m. Central Time, and they go out, and they're anonymous. I don't know who clicks what when they do the poll. They don't give me that information. If you leave a comment, then I can see the user ID. But otherwise, just click and go. Niagara Falls. Do you list and sell Niagara Falls postcards? We went there a year, maybe 35, 40 years ago. It's a very touristy place. They just do everything to get $1 out of you when you go there. It's pretty neat to see on there. But there's just so many of these cards. Just the ones I like is the ice caves. I just put up a bunch of Niagara Falls because they were older and stuff, and I said, what the heck? I got them. I might as well put them on. Let's see what they do. I sold a couple of the ice when the ice is over, more than anything. But 50 out of 35 people that voted on this poll, 57% said yes, 43% said no. So a little over half are selling Niagara Falls postcards, and 43% said no on there. But if you want to list those and push them out there, they might go for a lower price. But the ice ones is the ones I like, where some really unique views. And some of them look really cool, but there's just so many of them on there. But check out these polls when they come out on Saturdays. Go ahead and participate, and it gives us a good idea of what the pulse of the people out there, the sellers, and what they're doing. And if you have any questions you want me to put on a poll, shoot them to me in the comments, and I'll try to get them up there. I got a couple of viewer comments to go over. From Mansa679, he said, I actually sold a few Cypress Gardens postcards in November. A few of them sold in the same order. Lucky me. Yeah. I do sell once in a while some Cypress Gardens, but I don't list those anymore or search them out. Then he says, I see you have over 100 listed, so you're probably right to not list anymore. I must have said that in one of the past videos, that I don't list Cypress Gardens. And it's not because I don't like them or they won't sell, which they might not. It's just I got over 100. Like he said, I got over 100 of them already, and they're all the same views as some lady, Southern Belle in a big dress or a garden in a bridge. How many of those can you put up on there? So Cypress Gardens, I'm glad Mantaz679 that you sold it. Just keep listing. But if they're not selling, sometimes you got to sit on postcards. They take a while to sell. But thanks for the comment. And then Julie asked me about Etsy. She must have seen one of the videos, and I talked about Etsy a lot. She says, Etsy requires square photos. Does that requirement change anything in your listing process? Do you need to change your settings on your scanner? Thanks. No, the same scan. I scan all my postcards in a big run. I'll sit here for 1 or 2 hours and just scan all the postcards in. And then when I do the Etsy postcards, I just scan them in like I do for eBay or whatever. I've never changed any settings. Now, I haven't found a little thing where you can turn the picture around, rotate the picture in Etsy. So I have to make, before I put the 10 or 20 cards up on Etsy, I have to make sure I do that in the folder before on there. But I've never, I list the same. Actually, you can list faster on Etsy than you can on eBay because they don't have all those item specifics and stuff like that. But if you're using templates on eBay or something like that, you can still do the same. But Etsy's a little quicker for me. But you just got to watch your fees. Every card that you list, every listing is 20 cents. They don't have a store fee. And I haven't listed a lot on Etsy lately. I've been more focused on getting these naval ships and stuff done with eBay. And everybody talks about these algorithm stuff. I've been doing some really great ones with Etsy. I mean, great. It's not even close to eBay, but for what I used to do on Etsy, it's building more on there. Now, just like the Valentine's postcards, the Christmas cards, and the other embossed cards that you see out there, you know, from Kurt Teich and stuff like that, are built in Germany in the early 1900s. I did a video on patriotic cards. Patriotic cards look really neat with George Washington, really heavily embossed, colorful, red, white, and blue. I went to an auction and I bought a lot of them, and I thought they would really sell. So I did a video, it's right here, on understanding patriotic cards. So check that out. That's all I got for you today. A little short video, but I'll catch you on the next one.